Hi, hello, this is my planner flip through for the month of February. I actually spent most of the month of February in New York visiting my family, but I still managed to keep up with my planner, which is actually surprising because I thought I'd fall off while I was on quote-unquote vacation, but I didn't. I have a couple little pieces of bits of paper, some tabs from coffeemonsterzco that I haven't used in the pocket, and then we go to my monthly spread, which I actually kind of used to mark when I was going on vacation. I started to put my bills in, but then I didn't follow through with that. And on the side I had some social media stats, which I will be following up doing again in March, because I did enjoy that. I actually pinned the previous weeks together so that I didn't have to flip through them. Let's start at the beginning of the month of February. I started off cutting my right-hand page in half horizontally, but as you'll see as we go through the rest of the month, I ended up changing the way I was splitting the page. So this is where I started splitting my page vertically, and I pretty much stayed in that method, having a to-do list on one side and habit tracking on the other side, meal tracking on the weekly section, and then whatever task and to-dos or whatever also that are date specific on the to-dos on the weekly section as well. And this is this current week. It's a lot more filled in and looks like I was super busy, but a lot of these things are just tasks that kept getting repeatedly moved. And then that's next week. We haven't set up. And I finally put the header for the index on that page. It was one of the things I did prior to filming this video. And I wasn't gonna write it in myself because I have mediocre at best handwriting. And then we get to my journaling pages, and I once again have the Aquarius artwork from Camry Lapka at the beginning of the month. So into the semi-daily journaling pages that I kept for the month of February. I actually started off the month with this crazy idea of taking a photo every single day of the month, which is something I've done in a previous journal, but I haven't done in a while. This did not work out. Like I said, I have mediocre handwriting. Not gonna go into detail about that. So one day this month, I watched Rebel Ridge on Netflix, on a whim, on a complete and total whim. I laid in bed and watched Rebel Ridge on my phone like an absolute monster. And then this is where I was packing to go to New York, and then I'm in New York for the rest of the month. Jack was not pleased with my packing. My dad, my mom, my brother. Again, because I don't keep a separate media journal, when I, on the plane, finished listening to This Is How You Lose a Time War. I also, while I was home with my mom, I watched Dirty Rotten Scoundrels. That was just a really good fucking movie. Of course, while I was in New York, because it's February and the world hates me, it snowed, I was miserable, would not recommend, 10 for 10, hated every second of that. Then my best friend and our mutual friend, who's also her cousin, went out, so we got cute pictures from when I went out and did something and was social like a real person. And I also was social again, a couple of days later, when I went to the New York Botanic Garden. That will actually be a separate video where I do a vlog about my trip to New York. And then once I got back to LA, Jack was so happy to see me, he literally climbed me like a tree the second I walked in the door. I literally came in the door, he was scaling my leg and up on my shoulder, and I walked around the house for a good 10 minutes with him just on my shoulder. It was very nice. I was clearly missed. And then there's March all set up because it's actually March when I'm recording this. And that is the flip through of my planner for the month of February. I'll be back next month with one for March. I said that in a real tentative way, I'm not going to do it in March. I'm attempting to do one of these every month. Until my next video, like the video and subscribe to my channel for future updates and videos.